Hey there everybody, welcome to a continuation of this video series on renewals in Salesforce. Now, haven't you always wondered how to actually get a report that looks like this in Salesforce, where you can see the actual revenue movement month to month, as far as new bookings, upsells, downsells, and churn, and how can you actually get this accurately laid out in your Salesforce instance? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this video, so stay tuned to the very end and I'll show you exactly how to build this. So this is a continuation of our renewal series on how to build and manage renewals in Salesforce. If you haven't seen the previous videos, go ahead and check them out here on YouTube, and you can read through our Notion ebook, which explains everything in detail. Now, we've already built a bunch of fields here in our data model. So we've added a new record type, we've added these lookup fields, we've created a bunch of contract fields for managing renewal and new booking contracts. Now what we're going to do is add the fields that we need in order to actually calculate the difference between each opportunity and how to categorize them and report on them correctly. So we're going to get started and start creating these fields. So if you go to Salesforce and go over to Setup, Object Manager, Opportunity, let's go and create a new field. So we're going to make a field called ARR up for renewal, which is going to be a formula field. And it's a currency. So if you want to see what this field actually is, it represents the annual recurring revenue from the previous opportunity. And this is going to allow us to compare the pending ARR of the renewal that we're working with the previous contract that is in place. So we have a formula field here that is checking to see if the record type is renewal. And if it is a renewal, we're going to use the previous contract's ARR. So this is using the renewal of lookup field to reference and get the previous ARR. So let's go ahead and create this. Make it visible. And it's important to note that this field can only appear on renewals, so we don't even need to put it in a new bookings layout because it's not going to ever be populated. So go ahead and save it. Now let's go ahead and create the next field, which is revenue movement amount. So this field calculates the difference in contract value between the current contract and the previous opportunity. And this is going to allow you to determine if it's increasing or decreasing. So if the previous contract is 12,000 and the current contract is 13,000, the revenue movement amount is going to be $1,000, which is an upsell. So let's go ahead and make this field. It's another formula currency field. Now to get the formula, you can just get it here from this Notion page here. So let me just explain this real quick. It might look like a lot, but it's really not that complicated. The first thing it's doing is looking to see if there's a closed won sales opportunity. If there is, then the revenue movement is just going to be the ARR of that sales opportunity. If it's a renewal and it's closed lost, this is actually going to be a churn, and we want the value to be the amount of revenue that was lost. So whatever ARR that was up for renewal, we want the negative amount, and that's what we're going to use in this section. The next, we're looking at closed won renewals. So these can either be upsells, downsells, or flat. So if the ARR for the current opportunity is more than the ARR up for renewal, then the amount we're going to use is the positive value for that. And that is just going to be the difference. You'll see in the next formula, this is going to be categorized as an upsell. And then it's going to be the opposite. Or sorry, for a downsell, we're actually using the same. So if the ARR is less than 0, then use ARR minus ARR for renewal. And then otherwise, if the difference is the same, just use 0. So we'll make this visible for every security profile, and we'll make it visible on both layouts. Now let's go ahead and make the revenue movement type. And this is important because we need this to build a report in Salesforce. The formula is also it's going to be a text formula. You can copy the field name here. Oh, didn't need that markdown. Revenue movement type. Okay, let's go ahead and save it. The formula is going to be the same as here, and it's very similar. So If it's a closed won sales opportunity, that's a new booking. If it's a closed lost sales opportunity or renewal opportunity, it's a churn. If it is a closed won renewal and the ARR is higher than the previous opportunity's ARR, that is an upsell. If it is less than 0, that's a downsell. Otherwise, it's flat. So that's what this formula is explaining here. So let's go ahead and add this. All right. Cool. So we made the fields. Let's go back to our opportunity here. Okay, so you'll see that we just added these fields here. Just to clean this up, I'm going to actually make a new section in the page layout. So if we go to page layouts, let's go to renewals. We'll make a new section called revenue movement to keep things organized. And we're going to go ahead and bring in the ARR up for renewal, the revenue movement amount, and the revenue movement type. I'll just put this over here, okay? And then I also wanted to clean this up too because it looks kind of weird. Okay, let's save that. And we'll do the same to the sales opportunity layout. So we will call this section revenue movement section. Let's go ahead and drag these in here. And we can pull these up. Okay, let's do it like this. And I'll just make this one match. So we'll do revenue movement over here. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the opportunity layout here. Okay, so this is the renewal. So the ARR for renewal is 12,000. And the reason this isn't populated yet is because this record is not marked as closed won or lost yet. So if I were to mark this as closed won, let's see what happens. The issue is that this is dated in the future, but let's just see what happens. Okay, so it's a flat revenue movement because the previous new booking was also 12,000, as we can see here. Now, if we change the amount here to say 18,000, okay, so now the annualized amount for this is 18,000, the MRR is 1,500. The revenue movement is actually an increase of $6,000 per year. And this is now getting classified as an upsell. If I change this to say 10,000, it's now a downsell of minus 2,000. So you can start to see what's happening here and how once you start to aggregate these records together, you'll be able to come up with a report that looks like this. And we're going to go ahead and cover these in the next video. But for now, I just wanted to show you the basics of how to build this and how it all sort of comes together. So I will leave this at that, and I will see you in the next video where we are going to build out this beautiful report. And we are also going to build out a net revenue retention report as well. So thank you, and see you in the next video.